Hi Horizon Kindergarten, we're back with Artrageous. So we're studying some of the techniques and elements of art. And if you remember the ABCs of art we studied last time with the weather example, we used lines, squiggly, straight, different colored lines. We used a lightning bolt to study weather. That was kind of a zigzag shape or zigzag line. Then we used shape and form. So we worked on some clouds and we looked at circles and squares and we did different colors. So today we're going to work on those as well. So one of the things I wanted to start off to describe to you guys is that lines is the most basic. And I bet all of you know how to do a stick figure. So you have a circle head and you draw a straight stick figure body with your legs and your arms. That's one dimension. That's basically the stick figure is just saying I'm just lines, okay? And there's a shape for a head. But how neat would it be if you were drawing with shapes or using shapes to create something? And that's where shapes become two-dimensional. And you've got a circle and you've got some rectangles and then you've got like a square that could be a body and maybe some triangles for legs. And now you can see that this person has a little bit more dimension to him. Now you're dealing in two dimension. So this is very exciting. And on top of the two dimension that you're now doing, you can draw on it. Yep, just like on your drawing here with your eyes and your face, you can do eyes here and you can draw a jacket with some buttons if you want. And you can draw like some socks or shoes on those triangles and it starts to become really interesting. So that's what we're going to work with today. We're going to work with shapes. So what are we doing, Mrs. Saylor? We are going to make envelope pals. And this is really easy. It's just basically using our shapes and our scissors and some glue. And we're going to make an animal. You can make anything that you want. Today I want to show you how to do a puppy real quick. So I'm going to show you how to do this. You just get a plain tan envelope. And you're going to get a bunch of shapes that you're going to get in your little kit. So we've given you guys a baggie of shapes and they're going to have lots of different colors in them and stuff like that. Well, this was a black shape and what I did was I cut it in half. So you can see that I just took that square that I got and I kind of made it two rectangles. And that's all I did. So basically all I did was underneath the dog, I put in his ears. And I thought, okay, we're going to put in his ears. And then I took the circles that were in the kit and decided to make eyes. So now we've got ears and we've got eyes and we've got a ball. And then I thought maybe I'd make a spot behind his eyes, just something kind of different, make my puppy a little different, put a spot behind his eyes. So there he is, but something seems missing in the middle. And I thought, well, maybe we could make this his tummy. So I got a piece of paper and I curved the top of it so that it would look more like a puppy. And there you go. Now you can see that these are wonderful shapes, but it's not the same as this. Can you tell what might be missing? What's missing between the two? The drawings with your lines. See the lines on the ball, the striped ball, and the drawings on the tummy, and the lines on the mouth and the whiskers. Those details really make it fun and different. So we're going to do that for this. So what I did was basically put my line on here. And all you have to do is kind of outline your cut there, and that makes so much dimension. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to do his eyes. And I'll show you guys, I drew those. You can see how easy it is. And I'm just going to draw a triangle for his nose and two lines coming out and some dots for whiskers and his eyes. And then here's that ball, that bouncy ball. And all I did, and I'm going to turn this over, is I just drew some lines like that, and you can see now he's got some lines on his face. And then for the ears, instead of having them straight, I actually curved them. So I curved the ears with my scissors, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. You just take the straight line and you take your scissor and you kind of try to do a circular curve. It's really easy. Now it looks like a little bit more like a flap. So you can see now he looks like the cute little doggy that I made here, and you can see that. So it looks really fun. So that's step 2 is all the shapes, and step 3 is to use your marker to go back in. And then when you're done, you're basically done, you have a sentence we want you to work on for the back. And so we started the sentence for you. It's opinion writing. So you're saying your opinion about your dog or your puppy. And you can say, I think my puppy, you're going to fill in the space, likes red bouncy balls, but does not like rubber bones. So that's an opinion, and you fill in the blanks. So everybody will do that. And you can do all different types of animals. I want to show you one more animal really fast here that's kind of fun and easy. So you take your shapes here and you go ahead and cut them in half. So you just take that shape and you're going to cut it right in half down the middle, okay? And then you end up having something that looks like this, okay? And to me that looks like a peacock. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make a peacock. So I lay out my feathers in whatever order I might want, like so. They can be all different orders, or you can do a pattern. And then I'm going to put that on my envelope like that. And then I've got these circle eyes that I cut. Again, you can just cut a circle. You guys know how to do a circle shape. You just cut a circle. And then I've got a square. So I just, again, took the pieces that I have and I just cut a square out of it. You can tell it's not perfect, but I thought a square would be kind of cute for the beak, kind of an open beak for the peacock. And then I thought these little triangle shapes would be kind of neat. So again, I'm just using my shapes, creating all kinds of shapes with my scissors, and put that there. And now I'm ready to do my lines. So how do I jazz up my peacock? It's really pretty easy. Peacocks kind of have a circle at the top, and then they might have like some feathers or some things like right here. So I'm going to do that with my marker. And all of a sudden now he's starting to look a little bit more like a peacock. And I can do that for each of them. And maybe I want to put something on the nose, like some little dots on the nose, and so he can breathe, and then maybe just a little bit of, you know, that like that. And then you can start to decorate your peacock and see how you want your peacock to look. And then when you get to your sentence, so we're ready for the sentence, I would say that I think my peacock likes to show her feathers, but doesn't like to fly. So I think that's funny because she likes to show her feathers, but she doesn't really like to fly. So then I can glue that on the back and I can keep working on my peacock. I might decide I want to curve that around and kind of make that somewhat curved. So even though it's kind of square when I cut it, and just say, maybe I want to make it kind of curved. Maybe it looks a little bit more natural. So then I can do that. Maybe I ran out of paper and I want to add in some more feathers. There's some more feathers in the back, or there's more paper in the back. So this is your drawing, this is your envelope animal, and you can do anything you want with it. And these are just some fun ideas for you guys to see. So there's the puppy dog again. Thank you. I hope you guys have fun.